2K Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the beautiful Pacific Palisades in California, it's the first round of the Genesis Invitational. It looks like a great day out there. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey. Down on the course, walking with the feature group is Henny Koyak. John McCarthy is with us as well. Rich, this should be a fun week. We've got so many great storylines, including a rivalry with our featured player. Before we get into that, take us through this course. What are some of the big keys out there?
Andrew, this is probably my favorite golf course on tour by a long shot. Does it get any better than this? For me, it doesn't. I think it's just a mixture of the holes. You have an easy par 5 to start off with, and you got a brutish par 4 right after that. It gives and it takes. But at the end of the day, you just cannot wait to play it, no matter how good you play or how poorly you play, because it's so much fun being out there. You kind of sometimes get lost that, you know, I'm not playing that great, but man, I feel like I'm in heaven right now. It's great.
Playing this one out of the sand. Here's the third shot. The ball in the greenside bunker. A 3-footer coming up.
Some damage limitation. This one for a bogey.
As we move on to the next hole, we want to show you that Tom Kim's lead is 1 on the field. Time for the tee shot at the par 5.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Now from the greenside bunker. If this one goes in, we've got a tie for second. All right, John, which way is this putt going to go?
I think this one is going to move to the left.
How did that not go in? This putt is for par, and it would be a big one. All right, let's walk away with a bogey here. Let's quickly take a look at the leaderboard. Tom Kim's lead is 1 shot. Over to the par 4, 12th.
Coming off of a bogey, looking for a birdie.
That's a pretty good shot right there. You think about Tom Kim, he burst on the scene at the President's Cup in 2022, and he has just exploded since then.
And he's going to continue to get better each and every week as he gets to know these golf courses and becomes more comfortable with them. He's an extraordinary player.
The mission is simple here. He has to get up and down. A chance to save par. Henny is greenside.
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
That starts off on a good line.
Not enough behind that one. And just to finish up the bogey. Unfortunately, that drops him to 2 over for the event.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
Rich, the 13th hole, slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. And he's down there. You got a read?
I'm down here, I've done the read, and this is a left-to-righter.
Good speed.
That was long range for him. That's good stuff.
Putting for a par here. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on. Trailing by 4 strokes. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Luke, it's a very simple hole in my mind, but for the mere mortals who are playing this game, it can be difficult because this green is not deep, but it's certainly wide, and it does tilt from right to left at a pretty good clip. Historically, it's not the easiest par 3 on this golf course, but for me, I think different.
7 feet to the cup. Was that a bit of a miss strike? And that's all she wrote. And it's a major champion who currently leads this one, Wyndham Clark, at the top. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage. Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
Still a fair way away from the hole here. Time to make a long putt. Just 3 feet to the cup.
A good look at par here.
And the putt drops, and we're moving on. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole.
Here's the par 3 16th hole.
Oh, just drifting in there with a little bit of fade on it. Lovely.
Well, that approach shot seemed to catch Max Homer's attention. Nothing to roast there. Fantastic shot.
Big opportunity here, a putt for birdie. That looked good, but just not enough pace. We've got a major champion sitting atop the leaderboard. It's Wyndham Clark. Time now for the par 5 17th hole.
At all costs, do not hit it in that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. Anywhere to the left, even in the rough left, is just fine. From there, your next shot should be laid up out to the right-hand side. Third shot, straight back up the hill with some kind of wedge. It can be an easy birdie if you get the distance on your third shot spot on. If you get it wrong, however, you could have some issues.
Time now for the third. Okay, green side, a chance to get up and down. This one is 5 feet away. Oh, and he won't walk away with a par. Okay, moving on to the next. As we move on to the next hole, we take a quick peek at the leaderboard. Wyndham Clark is out in front. Time for the tee shot at 18.
Tee shot up the hill. Fairway tilts significantly from left to right. Missing it out to the right is a massive no-no. You'll be blocked out by a bunch of eucalyptus trees that you cannot hit it through. Second shot is to a green that actually tilts away from the players, not towards them, even though the second shot is uphill. Green is historically one of the firmest on the golf course, and getting it close is nearly impossible. It is a heck of a finishing hole.
Oh, I didn't see this as possible. What a shot.
All right, the putter can come out now. This putt from a good distance away. Henny, how tricky is this one?
Gently does it. It's downhill, breaking off to the right-hand side here.
Do we think that one will stay on the green? This putt from 5 feet away. So close. Okay, a good day out there, and it comes to an end. Rich, what a way to kick off the week. A fun day in the booth.
My pleasure, my friend. Lots of memorable moments out there today. Hopefully tomorrow can produce much of the same.
It's been a great day. We thank you for joining us. For Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll see you soon. .2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're back at Riviera, where a champion will be crowned. It's the final round of the Genesis Invitational. Andrew Catalan back with you. Thanks for joining us today. Time to get going on 2K Sports. Our leader sits at 4 under par. Let's check in with the play on number 10. That's a good one to build momentum on. Okay, Henny, you're right there. What can you tell us?
This reminds me of my breakfast. Nice fried egg.
Needs this to drop to save par. Come on. Just a little work to do for bogey. Here's a look at how things stand. It's a one-shot lead. To the 11th, and it's a par 5.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Not shy about that shot on the par 5 and 2.
Absolutely love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
John, you're down there. What can you tell us about this putt?
Well, from my viewpoint at least, looks around 29 feet.
He has this putt to move inside the top 10. There's a birdie, and that's just what the doctor ordered after bogey on the previous hole. And now good enough to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard. As we take a look at the leaderboard, our leader is up by 1. This hole is a par 4. I think this one will find the fairway quite easily. Okay, Henny, what do you see down there?
This whole location for him, well, it's about 185 yards out.
Okay, that's going to play.
Here's Max Homer now. Ooh, this looks fantastic. That's a lovely shot here at the 18th and a chance for birdie at the last.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
A birdie putt coming up. This could be a big one. This putt's looking good.
Looking good.
And it drops. He is climbing up the leaderboard after that hole.
Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left. Requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Well, it's fair to say that Max Homer is filled with confidence these days, isn't he? And it just seems like he's going to keep adding title after title to his resume.
Yeah, what can you say more about Max? I mean, his game has just continually to evolve year in and year out. And it just seems like with every step that he takes, it's gargantuan for his confidence because he's just a tour-bred winner.
Oh, baby. Yeah, I like the look of this.
Putting for a par now. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. This 14th hole is a par 3.
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Well, that's the perfect shape. Just controlling a fade. Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance. And now this to move into a tie for 5th. John, what's the line on this putt?
This putt's going to go up the hill and to the right.
Oh, that's a nice looking roll.
Looking good.
Wow, what a putt.
An absolute beauty here.
Marvelous effort there by Tony.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. And as you check in with the leaderboard, it's Wyndham Clark at the top. Welcome to the par 4 15th hole.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
From around 220 yards. Currently 4 shots off the pace. John, you're down there. What's happening?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Tiger Woods as he gets set for his next shot here on the 9th.
Is this one going to go down? Gary Player couldn't play bunker shots any better than that. And back to the course with the live action. Now, long range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it? This putt right on 10 feet. A good one to make.
This will be a good bogey.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This putt back up the hill, moving to the right.
That putt ends up just short of the hole. And that brings to an end that hole. Currently at 2 over par.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
Teeing off here on the 16th hole. This is a 7-iron on the way. I think he likes the looks of this one. Remarkable! It's a hole-in-one.
Yahtzee, hole-in-one. Mark it down on the card, baby.
Let's see that shot again.
Hole-in-one. What a shot, what a celebration.
And now back to even par for the tournament.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Let's check out the 17th. It's a par 5.
At all costs, do not hit it in that